Hey, this is Brian Niederhaus. Thank you for joining my channel. This channel is dedicated to the hard-working bicycle shop owner who is looking to squeeze every single dollar of profit out of their business and cut down their hours dramatically. In this channel, we're going to be talking about how can you 10x your profit by the end of the year. Where are the hidden pools of profit sitting in your business right now? And on top of that, how can you start reducing the number of hours that you're working every single week, especially in the busy months, so that you can enjoy the sport that you so passionately are dedicated to and have started a business around. This channel is also dedicated to the staff that wants to make big contributions to the success of the shop that you work for. I love seeing dedicated bike shop staff people that are going the extra mile to help that business thrive. And so if you're one of those people, man, welcome to our channel. I'm so excited about this. We have just been putting so much thought and effort and planning into this channel that finally getting kicked off is super exciting. And so let me tell you a little bit about myself. When I got started, I actually got started like so many of us do in this industry at a bicycle shop. I think I was 15 years old, maybe 16 years old when I got started. And it was the best job ever, got to be wrenching on bikes and sweeping the floors and cleaning up and eventually got to talk to customers and ring sales up and sell bicycles. Then learned how to fit bicycles, and then I started to learn a little bit about the business of the bicycle shop, of the bicycle industry. And man, it was an exciting time. And it just, all the skills I learned in those 6 or 7 years I worked at that first shop, I still, it's such a great place to learn how to deal with people, because ultimately that's what we do. And so it was such an awesome thing. And about 6-7 years later, my parents were, I think I was 21 years old or something like that. My parents were looking for a change in their careers. I was getting antsy to do my own thing. And we looked to start our own shop, and we looked to buy the shop that I'd been working with, and that didn't work out. And so we ended up starting our own shop, man. I can remember those first weeks and months of just building the shop before we were even open. I think it took us 6 weeks to build out the shop and get it running, get the inventory in, and do all the things. And then to throw those doors open for the first time and have customers come in and buy stuff. And I can remember the day that we did like $8,000 or $9,000 in sales that day. I can just remember thinking how rich we were going to be, right? This is going to be amazing. And so and unfortunately, it's fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, but that business was one of the best learning experiences I could have ever had, and I'm so grateful for that opportunity. And we look back at it and like, man, the shop was doing millions of dollars in sales. We were well respected in our community. We were the go-to shop for all the high-end guys in a very competitive market. Like, it was a great shop. But at the end of the day, after working 80 hours a week for years and years and being under financial pressure the entire time and making bad decisions without any safety net, and really not knowing a lot of the things I needed to know at that time, that shop, after 5 years, we decided to close it down. And one of the saddest things, to see a business that you put everything into have to shut that down, and it was really rough on the whole family and all that kind of thing. And but by the end of the year, when you look at the numbers and you see that you're making a lot less than your staff is making per hour, and you've taken all the risk and all the stress and all the drama, and like, they get to go ride on Saturdays if they want to. They get to go do all the things that you don't get to do. It just was one of those things that the best thing we could have possibly done was shut it down. And so we did that. And the beautiful thing was that a couple years later, I got a shot at opening up another shop. A dentist who was retiring came to me and said, "Hey man, I've got all the cash. You've got all the knowledge. Let's do this." And so we got to open another shop. It was so awesome because it really allowed me to apply all those lessons learned, that huge amount of education that I had gotten in my first opportunity, to this new business, and to see it grow and thrive, and to avoid all those mistakes, and to be able to get it ripping right away. In fact, the first year was profitable. Second year was going great. Third year, I promised him I'd be there 1 year to get it up and get it running, and teach him how to do some of the basics, and then he could take it from there. Well, 3 years later, I'm still there, and I'm loving it, right? In fact, we were doing over $500,000 a year by the third year. This little teeny market, like we were a little teeny community shop, but we were carrying really high-end stuff, and it was so out of place in so many ways. But we built this reputation that people were coming from all over the place to purchase from us because we were giving phenomenal service. We had an amazing lineup of products, and people just knew that they could trust us. And so, yes, we definitely took care of our local clients as well, but we took care of a lot of higher end clients that are looking for the expertise that we had to offer. And so we were it was an amazing experience, to be able to do that all again a second time and to have success that time. I did eventually leave that shop after 3 years. 3 years to the day, actually. I left that shop, and just because I had some new kids. I was married. I had a couple of kids. I needed to make some more money than I was making, even though I was doing pretty darn well for a bike shop manager. I took a job, got that real job, and went out and became the international vice president for a nutrition company, sports nutrition company. I ran all the international markets. So I got to take some of the skills that I learned in that bicycle business and apply those to international business. And it was really interesting to see the correlation between it, because it's just people, right? Everybody's it's just people you're still dealing with. They may speak a different language, may have a totally different culture, but the bottom line is if you can connect with people, you're going to do great in either sales or marketing or whatever it is. And so for about 11 years, I ran international markets for a nutrition company, had a great time doing that. Went on then from there to take on some digital marketing experiences. So I've been in a lot of different kinds of sales and marketing types of roles since the day I started in that first bike shop, which was now almost 40 years ago, 39 years ago. And so what I wanted to be able to do is to come back into this industry and bring the experiences that I have in both sales and marketing and the understanding of small business. I've helped a lot of small businesses, taking looks at their business and strategically making shifts in what they do and how they do it to increase the number of dollars in profit that they get to keep and to scale their businesses to bigger things if they want to, but more importantly to make that business that pay the owner, pay the guy that's got everything up on the line, right? And so we're going to be focusing on ways that every single video is going to be how can I improve my profit in this one area. Here's a tip that you could use to improve profit over here. Here's a thing you could do to get a little more sales over there, and ultimately it's going to increase your profits dramatically, I believe, because there's so many things that happen in a bicycle shop. When the owner is overworked and stressed out, you're not working on your business, you're working in your business. And you're almost trapped inside of that business, not really ever being able to step back, take a breath, look at it from a high level and say, okay, wow, we could really make a difference over here. This isn't going the way we thought it would over here. We've got a lot of cash tied up in this thing that's not doing anything. We've got, we could change our merchandising over here and maybe double our sales on that. Maybe we should put more effort and more money into this type of bicycle versus that type of bicycle. It's so rare when an owner actually takes the time to be able to go out and really work on their business and not just purely in their business. And so some of that happens in the off seasons, but you know what? At that point, you need a break, you need a rest, and then you go into your buying seasons in the trade shows and stuff, which today's day and age is going to be a lot different, I'm sure. And so we want to be talking about these kinds of things, and this is stuff that you can share with some of your managers. This is stuff that you'll be able to share with your better staff members who are really trying to make a contribution to your success, to the business itself, which is going to help everybody improve. And you're going to be able to identify those key staff members and be able to reward them properly, because you know as well as anybody that a great quality employee is going to be so valuable, much, much more than you can pay them even, because they're going to help build your reputation, help connect with your clients, help build loyalty in your clients. And how do you reward that? That's something that is almost one of those intangibles, but we do have some ideas for you. So just a couple of areas we're going to be touching on in our videos are the product lines that you carry. Are you carrying the right product line for your business, for your location, for your niche? There's so many things to consider, and sometimes there's some hard choices to make. Yeah, I've got these 2 great lines. Well, maybe you should only have one because one of them is chewing up all your cash. Like there's difficult decisions sometimes to make when you consider product lines, and you cannot be all things to all people. So you've got to figure out, what am I great at? What am I passionate at? Where are my clients asking me for products, and where is that niche that I can just excel in? Financing. How do you manage your vendors? How do you manage the people that are, they're looking at you as a form of distribution of their products to the consumer, but they're, at the same time, you've got this relationship with them that's very much a give and take partnership. And as I've really seen over the years, the big bike brands have gotten very sophisticated. They know they're running their business like a car industry is running their business now. It's very different, and so many bike shop owners have not been able to keep up with that level of sophistication because you're in the trenches every day fixing flats and doing the things that you have to do, right? So how do we catch up with that and be able to leverage what those big brands are offering to us and be able to maximize every dollar? If you look at those things, the more you spend with them, the bigger the discounts are, the faster you pay, the bigger the discounts. So how do we make those discounts are where a lot of your profit's hidden, right? So we've got to go out and be able to leverage all that and make that work for you. So we'll be talking about that. Staffing. How can you get more out of your staff? It's not just about finding people that are driven and motivated and excited and working hard. There's a culture that you as the leader of the company can build that will get people excited about being part of your company and be coming into your business. In addition to that, giving them skills that they can use in all parts of their life, but definitely on the sales floor of your shop, and so that they can actually contribute more than they ever thought possible when it comes to sales. So many of your staff may think, oh, I'm not a very good salesperson. Or they don't even think about it. They just like being in the bike shop, right? And some little teeny things that they can do that would make a massive difference in the amount of sales that they make. Just the words that they use, the phrases that they use, the way they approach a customer, how they ask a closing question. Like all those little things can be easily modified to get massive return. And those are little things that you can be doing. And some of our videos will be just dedicated to, showing to that staff member so that they can, get that training for themselves. The culture of your business, is so critical for your staff to be excited about coming in and being part of that every day. That's what keeps the team there. That's what creates loyalty and longevity in a team member. But it's also attractive to your clients, your customers. They're coming in for the experience. Let's face it, they can probably get the same bike parts somewhere else, and it may be even cheaper, right? So what are they coming to you for? So much of the time, they're coming for the culture and the experience that they have when they come into a bike shop. Bike shops are still some of the coolest businesses out there. They've got so much history and unique products, and it's the excitement of a lifestyle that is being really put on display inside that bike shop is so exciting. So how do you deal with competition? It's not just the guy down the street anymore. It's the internet, and there's a million different outlets for the products, and even the shop or the brands themselves are actually now have an online presence. So how do you negotiate that and be able to be ultra competitive in certain areas of your business that nobody's even going to want to touch you because they know that you've got that locked up? How can you get yourself into that place? And then marketing is another big important thing that so many times bike shop owners just don't have time to do. And it's things like an email list. Have you created one? How are you running your social media? Are you even doing that? What's your website look like? Do you even have one? Do you even need one? I don't know. Right? So we're going to be talking about all these kinds of things because there's so much hidden profit in all of these areas. 1% here, 0.5% over there, maybe 3 or 4% over here. By the end of the year, let's say it's 10 extra percent. That might be 10xing for some of us. Or if you maybe it's significantly more than that. Maybe there's ways that you can not only increase your sales but increase your profitability. And so Anyway, millions and millions of ideas. We're going to be sharing those with you. I'd love to hear any kind of comments you've got. If this sounds like something you want to be part of, please subscribe. Hit the like button, subscribe, maybe share it, whatever. And if you've got any comments, please drop them in the thing, and we will be touching on a bunch of different stuff. And your comments are going to be so valuable because that can help guide the content a little bit to make sure we're giving you what you need. But thank you so much for joining us on this channel. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.